Okay, so here we are, and this is the door of my classroom, and we got my theme right now, Cactus Makes Perfect. So you can see that there, and you can see that throughout the whole classroom. You can kind of see that the cactus theme is repeated. So that Cactus Makes Perfect was from Teachers Pay Teachers growth mindset poster packet that I purchased. I'll drop a link below so you can see that. And you can see some more of those up here on my cabinets over here, which is really cool. I love these posters. I even have some up here, up at, around my whiteboard. This is my assignment board right up at the top. The kids know when they come in every day to copy down their spelling and their math work so that they can get started on that when they get a chance. I usually have a joke too, or a riddle or something for the kids to read, because I like jokes and riddles. And you can see some growth mindset posters there underneath there too as well. So, and then of course here's my desk slash teacher table, because students are always at it. That's where I teach all my classes. I'll call up, say, it's reading 6 time, and then the kids come up that are in reading 6, and they'll come sit in these chairs right here. And I've got my computer, my laptop, my plan books on there so that I can you know, access my lesson plans and talk to the students. Of course, my coffee and red pens and things that we need for correcting. And right behind me is my board that I use for all the teaching. Another joke up at the top of the board. And then you can see some setup for math. In Math 5, we're working on decimals today. So I wanted to kind of have that up ahead of time as we talk about that. And then over here, 2 of my English classes. One's working on contractions, another one's working on reflexive pronouns, and up at the top, that's some vocabulary for a reading class. Of course, a lot more will be added to the board today as I teach. I write up there, I show math problems. Some of it will get erased as I go through. I use the board constantly. I'm a big board person. I'm also a person that's jumping around a lot and shouting and dancing and doing whatever I need to do to keep the kids' attention and help them learn the concept. Right next to my board is my TV. Hallelujah. Use this a lot. YouTube videos, all kinds of things that can help enhance learning. And then, of course, for movie days and things like that. I can hook my laptop right up to that so that we can just show different things and use that however we need to. And then these are my teacher shelves. You can see they're somewhat neat. I can get a little bit carried away with stacking papers and things, so that's just how that goes. This is a genius invention, my tiny little crock pot that warms up my lunch every day. And then just different things that I have here. You can see right above it I have my little kindness board, or kindness wall, I guess. I've got some quotes about kindness. We've been really working on that as a theme in our classroom. When kids hit this age, they can start getting pretty cruel, and we work a lot on being kind and thinking about kindness in our words and in our actions. So you can see these post-it notes. These notes I write whenever I see a child just doing a really great job being kind, and very specifically I write down the kid's name and what they did specifically, and I post it up there. I don't make a big deal about it. I just post it up so the students can read it when they want to, and it seems to be helping our kindness culture a lot in this classroom. A couple more growth mindset posters above my windows over here, and then I've got these shelves over here. These shelves hold dictionaries, reference materials, whiteboard things, all kinds of stuff like that, and then our science books, our history books, novels, things like that would be over here for the kids to access, and as well as extra supplies down below, paper, things like that. So this countertop and this whole thing was already in this classroom, and it's not movable. So you just gotta work with it and make it work. Over here we got the coloring station and extra things. This is Kaboom, a multiplication game that kids can play on their own to practice their multiplication table. Some of them still need some help on that. Here's my focus table. So at the focus table here, students come there of their own free will to work on homework or assignments and be able to just kind of really focus on it. And then there's some things to do here. This whole box is full of all kinds of flashcards of things that they can be working on extra besides what we're already working on in class. And our little Play-Doh station where we divide our fractions. That's the current Play-Doh station. Kids love working with Play-Doh, so they'll do anything they can just to get to play with the Play-Doh here at the table. And then I have a teaching assistant that comes in for about an hour every day, and she sits at this table, and then kids will come to her for help with their math or whatever else they need. And then there's our little class library in the back there. Looks like we might need to fix it up a little bit, and some math manipulatives and games and different things that will just aid us in our learning there. In the back of the classroom, here is one of my bulletin boards. This one happens to be about proportions and ratios. This is what we're working on in 6th grade math, and 5th grade math is going to hit it soon also, although not to the detail that we are working on it with 6th grade math. So I have all my reminders here, something else that I got off of Teachers Pay Teachers, and printed those off and laminated those. And then I made these really cute little cactus guys myself. Just kind of drew them and laminated them so that I can use them for years to come. And they're just really cute. I like this guy with the glasses especially. And just some fun little cactus details on the side here too. Some more growth mindset, or in this case a little bit of a joke here, free hugs. This is a reminder to the kids to set up their composition notebooks. They should know this by this time of the year, but in case they forget, it's back here so that they know what they're supposed to do. And then my other cactus board is about not getting stuck on boring words. I have students that love to write the same way over and over and over again, so we're really working on that. So I've given 3 specific ones: very, said, and went. Those are all really boring words. And so on the cactus, I have listed a bunch of words that are much more specific and will help the students in those areas. In the back, we have a bunch of crates. These may not stay. I used these at the beginning of the year because the kids worked at tables and they needed a place to store their notebooks and pencils and, you know, extra things. And some of them still use theirs, as you can see. But they don't have tables. They have desks. Desks arranged into tables. I have 3 groups of 4 here. You can see how they are arranged. And in the middle of the desks, I found this idea somewhere. If I can find a link, I'll link to it below. I have one of these drawer caddies, and each group has their tissues and some extra pencils, a highlighter, scissors, post-it notes, and a little cactus, of course. And then extra notebook paper, construction paper, and little whiteboards that they can use, and then they don't have to get up and go across the classroom to access that. And so they can get that whenever they need to. So that's really awesome for them to be able to work individually. And so you can see over here, I have different colors because I like my classroom to be colorful as well. So you can see that over on these 3 over here. And then over here I've got a printer that I put in, and a copier, which is really nice to have in my own classroom, and the sharpener, the pencil sharpener over here, of course. And then these little fun, colorful trays, got them at the dollar store, and each of them has a different subject of extra activities and work the kids can be working on. You can see there's, they can do a little book review, they can work on some growth mindset writing. This is some grammar here, and some decimal work, because we're also working on decimals in Math 5. And then some extra resources, the globe, and this adorable little calendar here was my mom's when she homeschooled us for a couple years back in the 80s. And this was her calendar that she used. You can see it's a little apple on the side there. And she passed it on down to me, so I like to use it every day, just for the nostalgia, of course. And this is Houdini. He is our class mascot, and he's been here now for a couple years, and I think he'll be here around for a while. Have to have a frog too, because I am Mrs. Frogster, and so of course he hangs out and appears in different parts of the room just to change things up. But that's basically what my classroom looks like. Oh yeah, I have my little organizer on the back of the door here. This is not used as much now that I changed the classroom around. I'm still thinking of ways to use it more productively, so if you got any ideas, let me know. But we do have our flag there, and of course some extra papers, notebooks, boogie boards, things like that that we use on a fairly regular basis. And that's it. It's a pretty tiny room, so I try to make the best use of it as I can. And I just thought you guys might like to have a little glimpse into kind of what I do every day and what my classroom looks like. Thanks for looking, and I will talk to you guys soon.